didn't call nobody, I didn't make a sound. I just slid down the kitchen wall and sat there on the ground. The dishes from the morning still sitting in the sink, and I didn't pray, I couldn't pray, I didn't even think. Nobody saw me fall, nobody heard the sound, but something found me on that floor, and something didn't leave, didn't leave. Nobody saw me fall, but something saw me. I've been strong for so long now, I forgot I could break. I forgot that the body keeps a ledger of everything you gave, and the ledger came due on a Tuesday in the middle of the afternoon, when the house was empty enough for the truth to finally come, finally come. Nobody saw me fall, nobody heard the sound, but something found me on that floor, and something didn't leave, didn't leave. Nobody saw me fall, but something saw me. I don't know how long I sat there, I don't know what shifted in the room, but I know I wasn't quite as empty when I finally stood up from that floor. Something had been in there with me, something that had seen the whole thing through. Not to fix it, not to fix it, just to see, just to be. You don't have to hold it together to be held, to be held. The floor is not beneath you, something is. Nobody saw me fall, nobody saw me fall.
I took the long way home tonight, down the old two-lane by the river, because I wasn't ready for the lights on in the house. I wasn't ready to deliver the news that doesn't have good words to the face that's gonna ask me, how did it go? How did it go? I drove an extra 40 minutes just to let myself not know. The long way home, with the window cracked a little. The long way home, with the radio turned low. I'm not ready for the questions, I'm not ready to explain, but something in the long way home is letting me begin. I talked to you out on that road the way I haven't in a while. Not the Sunday words, the real ones, the ones I keep filed under, not for church. I said I don't know what I'm doing, I said I don't know what to say. I said you're going to have to help me walk into that house today, today. The long way home, and the long way home is letting me begin. I sat in the driveway for a while with the engine running low, watching the light behind the curtain, the ordinary glow. And I thought, they don't know yet. And I thought, I have to go in. And I thought, I can't do this alone. And something said, you're not. Turn the engine off, open the door, open the door. Whatever is on the other side of this, you won't walk through it alone anymore. The long way home, Celestine's face the door.
I came to church this morning, I don't know why I came. I sat down in the back pew, couldn't even say his name. The choir was singing something I have known for years, and all I had inside me was a mouthful of tears. You don't have to sing today, you don't have to find the words. Let the music hold you, let somebody else be heard. You came, that's enough. You came through the door, that's the whole song. You don't have to sing today, you already belong. There are Sundays made for praising, Lord knows I've had my share, but there are Sundays made for sitting in the back and breathing air. Being in the room is something not everyone can do. On the days the room has cost you everything to walk through. You don't have to sing today, you don't have to find the words. Let the music hold you, let somebody else be heard. You came, that's enough. You came through the door, that's the whole song. You don't have to sing today, you already belong. I don't know when the voice comes back, I don't know when I'll be able to open up my mouth on Sunday and have something at the table. But something about sitting in it, something about staying in the room, tells me the voice is being held for me somewhere. Somewhere it'll come. I don't have to sing today, just breathing the piano beneath her. I don't have to sing today. And somehow that is the song. I woke up with that feeling before I knew the reason why. that heavy name pulling somewhere low into the side. And then the date came into focus, the way it does this time of year. The body always knows before I do. The body keeps it here. What the body remembers can be reasoned away. What the body remembers wakes you up on this day. I don't fight it anymore, I just let the morning know.
What the body remembers
is how deeply, oh deeply you love.
what the body remembers.
You love. I made the coffee like I always do. I sat beside the window, I let the morning have its say before I had to follow. There's a chair I can't sit in on this day. There's a song I skip in church. These are the small negotiations that the living make with her. What the body remembers can be reasoned away. What the body remembers wakes you up on this day. I don't fight it anymore, I just let the morning know.
What the body remembers
is how deeply you love. I used to pray for the forgetting, I used to ask to be released. But what the body holds is also what the body cannot cease. To know the shape of what it loved, to know the weight of what was dear. The grief is not the opposite of love. The grief is love still here. I'll get through this day the way I've gotten through the others, one room at a time, 1 hour, then another. And by tonight the weight will shift the way it always does. Not because the love is over, but because the love still was.
what the body remembers. What the body remembers. Peacock tell you something Mana said out loud. I prayed and heard nothing back, not a whisper, not a cloud, not a feeling, not a knowing, not a sense of any kind. I prayed into a room that felt empty every time. I prayed and heard nothing, and I kept on anyway. Not because I had an answer, but because I didn't have another way. I prayed into the silence, and the silence didn't break. But something in the praying kept me from the dark. I have been in this for months now. Some of you know this place, where the faith you thought was solid doesn't show its face. And the people who love you say, keep praying, and you say, I am. But the keeping and the hearing are not always the same program. I prayed and heard nothing, and I kept on anyway. Not because I had an answer, but because I didn't have another way. I prayed into the silence in it. The silence didn't break, but something in the praying kept me from the dark. I'm not going to pretend I understand. I'm not going to wrap this up clean. I just know that I am still here, and I don't know what that means. Maybe the hearing isn't always sound. Maybe the answer isn't always word. Maybe something in the asking is a kind of being heard. I prayed and heard nothing, and I'm still here. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe that is what I heard.
I don't talk about it much anymore. Most people have moved on, and I understand the world keeps running long after what stops you is gone. I still carry it every morning, like a coat I never take off. Not because I wanna, I just haven't figured how to lay it off. Still carrying it, not the way I used to, not the way, but it's still in the room. Every morning, every day, I've learned to move around it. I've learned to set my table near. Still carrying it, and still somehow still here. It shows up in the grocery store sometimes when I see the thing they liked. It shows up on a Sunday afternoon when the light falls just like it did. It doesn't knock me down the way it used to. I just stop for a minute where I stand, and then I put the thing back on the shelf, and I pick back up my hand, still carrying it. Not the way I used to, not the way, but it's still in the room. Every morning, every day, I've learned to move around it. I've learned to set my table near, still carrying it, and still somehow, still here. I wonder sometimes if I'll carry it forever, if the weight is just mine now. I wonder if the laying down means losing something I can't give up somehow. But somebody once told me that the carrying is not the same as being crushed, that what you bear for love is not the same, not the same. It's too much. I'll carry it as long as it needs carrying, and I'll trust that something is carrying me all the while, still carrying it, still carrying it. Still carrying it.
The last one came on a Thursday, chicken and some kind of rice. Sister Henley from the second pew, she brought it twice. And by Saturday the house was quiet, the way a house gets after people leave. And I sat there with the refrigerator full, and I couldn't eat. When the casseroles stopped coming, that's when I understood that the grief was mine to live now, like I always knew it would. The people were so good to me, Lord knows they did their part. When the casserole stopped coming, the grief moved into my heart. I went to the grocery store that Monday, first time I'd been in weeks. A woman asked me how I was doing, and I opened my mouth and couldn't speak. Not because I was too sad, but because I didn't know what true was. How do you answer how you're doing when the answer is a room with no one in it? When the casserole stopped coming, that's when I understood that the brief was mine to live now, like I always knew it would. The people were so good to me, Lord knows they did their part. When the casserole stopped coming, the grief moved
into my heart. I don't blame anybody. Life has to keep on going. I just needed someone to know there's a week that nobody talks about, the week after the week of the loss, when the showing up is over and you find out what you've got. And what I've got is this, something that sat down in the silence when the casseroles stopped. And it hasn't left. It hasn't left, not once. The house is quiet, and the quiet has something in it. I can't always name it, but it's there, sitting with me in the house that still smells like other people's food.
I walked out a thing that took my brother down. I don't know what the difference was, still don't know the ground. Beneath that kind of choose, if it's choosing, if it's grace, all I know is I am standing in a space I didn't make. For the ones who didn't make it through, I carry you, I carry you. I don't know why I'm standing where you should be standing too. I can't explain the mercy, I can't explain the cause. I just know I'm still here, and I don't know what it cost. I think about the ones I knew who prayed as hard as me, whose faith was just as real, whose love was plain to see. And they went and I stayed, and I prayed about the math, and every answer I've been given leaves me standing in the aftermath. For the ones who didn't make it through, I carry you, oh, I carry you. I don't know why I'm standing where you should be standing too. I can't explain the mercy, I can't explain the cost. I just know I'm still here, and I don't know what it cost. I'm not angry, I wanna be clear about that. I'm just sitting in a question that I can't see the back of. Why me and not them? Why this road and not that one? I'll trust that you know the answer, even when I don't have one. Maybe the surviving is its own kind of keeping. Maybe the still being here is a kind of witness. I'll live it for the ones who
didn't get to keep going. That's all I know, that's all I've got. That's the whole offering for the ones who didn't make it through. For the ones who didn't make it through. I laughed today, really a laugh, not the kind you do to let people know you're okay. The real kind, the surprised kind. And for about 4 seconds I forgot. And then I remembered, and the good day got complicated. Good days are harder sometimes than the ones where I just break. The bad days make a kind of sense. The good days are the ache, because a good day says you're living, and the grief says, how dare you? Good days are harder sometimes, and both of those things are true. I had a whole afternoon where I didn't think about it once, and I didn't even notice till I was making dinner and the sun was at that angle through the window that it used to be at back when they were here. And I came back to it all at once, the afternoon, the grief, the year. Good days are harder sometimes than the ones where I just break. The bad days make a kind of sense. The good days are the ache, because the good day says you're living, and the grief says, how dare you? Good days are harder sometimes, and both of those things are true. I think they would want me to have good days. I believe that with everything, but the believing and the feeling are not always the same thing. So I'll hold the good day, and I'll hold the grief beside it, and I'll trust that having both doesn't mean I've betrayed it. The good day is not a betrayal. The good day is not a lie. The good day is the proof that something in me is still alive, and alive is what they wanted for me. So I'll take the afternoon, I'll take the laugh, I'll take the good day, and carry them both, carry them both. I haven't done this in a while. I'm not sure I still know how. I've been meaning to come back to it. I just didn't know when, didn't know how. I'm not even sure what I'm asking. I'm not sure I have a request. I think I just came back to the room and sat down and did my best. The prayer I stopped knowing how to pray, I'm trying it again today. Not with the right words, not with anything to say, just I'm here, and I used to know this room. The prayer I stopped knowing how to pray is me, just me, still coming through. I thought you'd be different somehow. I thought the room would have changed. I thought after this long a silence, something would feel estranged. But it's the same, or I'm different enough to know that same is mercy, when the same is what you love. The prayer I stopped knowing how to pray, I'm trying it again today. Not with the right words, not with anything to say, just I'm here, and I used to know this room. The prayer I stopped knowing how to pray is me, just me, still coming through. I'm not gonna promise I'll be consistent. I'm not gonna say it won't go quiet again. I just know that right now I'm here, right now, and that might have to be enough. And I think you knew that this would be the kind of prayer I'd bring, the unpolished kind, the just showed up kind. And you took it, everything. The prayer I stopped knowing how to pray, I'm praying it today. Not with the right words, but with everything I've got. I'm here, and the room still knows my name. The prayer I stopped knowing how to pray is coming back. The same, the prayer I stopped.
Behold the prayer I stopped knowing how to pray.
The prayer I stopped.
Behold the prayer I stopped knowing how to pray.
I woke up and the first thing was the light on the back wall, the particular glow of it. the way it came across the hall. And I lay there for a moment, just looking at the light, before I remember what I always remember every night. I noticed the light first, and that has never happened before. I noticed the light first, before I reached for the sword. The grief was still there waiting, patient as it always is. But for one morning, the light came first. I'm not saying I'm healed, I'm not saying the weight is gone. I'm saying that this morning something inaudible shifted some. And I don't want to make too much of it, and I don't want to make too little. I just want to mark the morning when the light came through the middle. It's for the middle. I noticed the light first, and that has never happened before. I noticed the light first, before I reached for the sword. The grief was still there waiting, patient as it always is. But for one morning, the light came first. I don't know if it means something, I don't know if it's a sign. Maybe the body just gets tired of leading with the pain all of the time. But I'll take the morning that it gave me, I'll take the yellow on the wall, I'll take the light before the remembering. I'll take it all. The grief will be there when I'm ready. It knows I haven't forgotten it. But this morning, just this morning, the light came in and sat before the wait arrived, before the remembering began. And I am grateful for the light, the first light of this day. I noticed the light first, I noticed the light first, I noticed the light first, I noticed the light first.
I wasn't doing anything special, I was just sitting in the chair. The way I've been sitting for months now, with the weight of everything in there. And I wasn't praying, not exactly. I was just was present. And then something shifted in the room, and I can't say what it was. I can't say. Something moved in the room. I can't tell you what it was. Something moved in the room, the way the spirit moves, because it doesn't need your understanding, it doesn't ask for your belief. Something moved in the room, and I breathed. The air didn't change exactly. The light was the same as before. Something in my chest unclenched that I hadn't known was sore, and I sat there for a long time, afraid to move and break it. Whatever had come into that room, I wasn't ready to forsake it. Something moved in the room. I can't tell you what it was. Something moved in the room, the way the spirit moves, because it doesn't need your understanding, it doesn't ask for your belief. Something moved in the room, and I breathed. I got up from that chair, and the world was the same as before. But something in me had been reached by whatever came through the door. I didn't ask it to explain itself, I didn't ask its name, I just said thank you, and went on with my day the same. Something moved in the room. Something moved in the room. Something moved in the
She called on a Tuesday, getting headed me thinking. No reason, no occasion, just a voice on the other end. And he showed up with nothing, no casserole, no plan. Just, I'm here, where do you need me? Just a steady hand. The ones who stay and disease and got along, the ones who stay when I had nothing to offer alone. Now the ones from the first week, Lord knows they did the part, but the ones who stayed in the have the answer. They just knew that showing up was its own kind of answer. They sat in the uncomfortable without rushing toward the door. And I am the person that I am because they stayed a little more. The ones who stayed when the season got long. Stayed. The ones who stayed when I had nothing to offer long. Now the ones from the first week, Lord knows they did their part. But the ones who stayed in the 7th month, the ones who held my heart. I wanna say thank you. It doesn't cover what I mean. What I mean is you were the hands of the thing I believe. You were the proof that love is not just a feeling. You were the proof that it shows up on a Tuesday with nothing to offer but itself, and itself was everything. To the ones who stayed, I am still here because of you. Stay. To the ones who stayed, I will stay for someone too. I will be the Tuesday call, I will be the 7th month, I will be the ones who stayed because you did. The ones who stayed. I still don't have the answer. I wanna be clear about that. The why is still the why it was, and that's just where we're at. But I have been standing in this place, eating fast, understanding, and I think the understanding is not what's being demanded. I don't have to understand it to keep going. I don't have to have the answer. Keep moving through the door. The faith was never in the knowing. The faith was always in the feet. I don't have to understand it to keep going. They walked out of Egypt, and they didn't understand the sea. They just knew they had to keep on walking through whatever was in front of them to see. And the ones who sang in the fields didn't have the explanation. They just had the song in the morning, and the next row, and the next row, and the determination. I don't have to understand it to keep going. I don't have to have the answer. Keep moving through the door. The faith was never in the knowing. The faith was always in the feet. I don't have to understand it to keep going. I'm not going to pretend this is easy. I'm not going to
have to understand it.
I've been waiting on the morning like it was something I could earn. Like if I prayed the right way, it was something I could turn. But the morning isn't waiting on my readiness or my faith. The morning is already coming at its own pace.
Morning is structural as bad as the morning is. It's a
Morning is structural,
built into the day.
morning is structural. It was coming all the way.
Through every night I thought was permanent, through every dark I thought would stay.
Morning was already on its way. Morning, always on its way.
Morning is structural, was already on its way.
Every morning, always on its way.
Morning is structural, was already on its way.
Every morning I did not believe in,
Came anyway.
every morning I was sure would not arrive. Not because I held on right, not because my faith was strong, but because the morning was already built into the night, all along.
Morning is
Structural,
it's built into the day.
morning is structural.
It's coming all the way.
Through every night I thought was permanent, through every dark I thought would stay. Morning was already on its way. Morning, always on its way.
Morning is structural,
I don't have to feel the morning coming
to know that it is.
I don't have to see the light to trust
That the light is already his.
the night is not the absence of the morning.
The night is just the night.
And the morning is structural.
Structural, already built, already light.
So I'll wait in the structural dark for the structural dawn.
Knowing,
Not feeling, knowing that the morning will come on, and it will find me here, still carrying, still going, still
going still.
in the morning.
Morning is structural, morning will not have left me behind.
Morning is structural.
All three hold. Yannick's alors beyond it you. Yannick's alors beyond it you.
I wouldn't have chosen this road. I wanna be honest about that. If someone had shown me the map of it, I would have taken the other track. But nobody shows you the map ahead of time. You just wake up and you're on it. And then one day you look at what you've become and you see what the road has done. I'm not the person that I was before the weight came down. And I'm not talking about the breaking, I'm talking about the ground that the carrying built beneath me, deeper than I ever knew to dig. What the weight built in me is something real, something big. I know how to sit with people now in
stay in the uncomfortable, the way the ones who stayed with me through. I know the difference between performance strength and having it in the bone. The weight taught me the difference by giving me something I couldn't perform alone. I'm not the person that I was before the weight came down. And I'm not talking about the breaking, I'm talking about the ground that the carry and build beneath me, deeper than I ever knew to dig. What the weight built in me is something real, something big. I'm still not grateful for the weight. Let me be clear, let me be clear. The weight was not a gift I asked for, and I wouldn't wish it near anyone I love. But what was built inside the carrying belongs to me now, and I will use it for the living.
The weight built patience
Where I had none to spare,
the weight built presence,
the ability to be there.
to be there.
The weight built something in the bone that the easy years could not. And I will carry what was built for everyone who's carrying who ought not. What the weight built in me,
Keep in mind, Buddha.
what the weight built in me,
Keep in mind,
what the weight built in me.
keep in mind, Buddha.
I got a call last week from someone in the early part, the raw part, the first week part, the part that takes your heart. And I didn't say it gets better, I didn't say you'll be okay. I said I know where you are, and I'm going to stay. I can sit with someone now, the way I needed someone to sit with me. I can hold the weight beside them without reaching for the remedy. I know what 2 a.m. sounds like, I know what the long night takes. I can sit with someone now, because someone sat and stayed. I know not to say I understand unless I actually do. I know that presence is the offering when words won't carry through. I know that the one who's in it doesn't need the other side explained. They just need someone in the room with them while they carry the weight of it again. I can sit with someone now, the way I needed someone to sit with me. I can hold the weight beside them without reaching for the remedy. I know what 2 a.m. sounds like, I know what the long night takes. I can sit with someone because someone sat and stayed. To the ones who sat with me when I had nothing to give back, you didn't know that what you gave me was a way to find my way back into the world, into the living, not just surviving through. You gave me back the capacity to do what you do. This is how it goes.
The sat with becomes the sitter, the held becomes the holder, the carry becomes the one who carries, and the healing moves not in a straight line, but in the only way it ever has. Person to person to person to person. I can sit with someone now.
Moving forward, behold someone.
I can sit with someone.
Yeah, moving forward, being toward someone.
I couldn't have stood up here 6 months ago. I want you to know that 6 months ago I couldn't have found the words, and the words would have been wrong anyway. But something has shifted enough that I can stand here now and say, here is what happened to me, and here is what held me through.
This is the testimony I couldn't give before,
The one that needed time to find its feet, the one that needed all the long nights first before it had anything to speak. I'm not healed,
I'm not healed.
I want to be clear,
I wanna be clear.
but I am here, I am here, I am standing, and the standing is the testimony. Still here is what I'm handing. I went through the floor,
I went through the floor.
I went through the silence of the prayer, I went through the week when no one came, and the week when someone was there. I went through the good day that felt like betrayal, I went through the morning that came anyway, and I am standing here,
Still standing.
which is all I know how to say. This is the testimony I couldn't give before, the one that are in the early part right now, I need you to know something. I need you to know that the standing up is not the only thing.
Not the only thing.
The sitting on the floor was also real. The silence was also real, and both of them, the floor and the standing, are part of what I've lived to tell. So here's my testimony. I went through it, and something went through it with me, and I'm still here, and the being here to still is the whole of what I have to give. Take it, it is real. It is how I live.
This is the testimony. This is the testimony. This is the testimony. This is the testimony.
This is the testimony.
This is the testimony. This is the testimony.
I know this road now, not from a book, not from being told. I know it from the walking, I know it from the cold. I know the place where it bends and you think you're almost through, and then it opens up wider and you have more to do.
I know this road now, and I can walk with you a while.
I know where the water is,
I know the length of every mile.
I know the place you're gonna wanna stop, and the reason why you must not. I know this road now.
I paid
what the
knowing cost.
Month is the hardest, not the first is company. The third month is when the silence settles and you wonder if you'll ever be who you were before this, and the answer is you won't. Who you'll be on the other side, not someone you'd want to show.
I know this road,
and I can walk with you a while. I know where the water is,
I know the length of every mile.
the place you're gonna wanna stop, and the reason why you must not. I know this road now. I paid
What the knowing cost.
I'm not gonna tell you it's short, I'm not gonna tell you it's easy. I'm gonna tell you what I know. It has another side, and I have been there. It is not the same as before, but it is worth the walking. And I know the road. So come on and I'll walk with you, not ahead, beside, the way the ones who knew road walk with me inside.
I know this road now,
And the knowing is yours, as much as it is mine, as much as mine.
I know this road now.
I was afraid the grief would harden me. I was afraid of what comes out on the other side of a long winter, when the softness has been worn about. I watch people come through hard things with a wall where the warmth used to be. And I was afraid that was what waited for me.
Still soft and still strong.
I didn't have to choose between them.
Still soft and still strong.
The grief went deep, but didn't harden. It made more room.
It made more room.
It didn't build a wall.
It builds a rest.
Still soft and still strong in both, and both of them are real. I can still be moved by ordinary things. The particular light, I told you about that. I can still be caught off guard by beauty when I didn't know I had the capacity back. The grief didn't take the softness, it just went through it. And the softness on the other side has the strength of what it came through.
Still soft and still strong.
I didn't have to choose between them.
Still soft and still strong.
Your grief went deep, but didn't harden. It made more room.
It made more room.
It didn't build a wall.
It builds a west.
Still soft and still strong in both, and both of them are real. The well is not a wound, though it came from the same place. The depth that grief dug in me has become the holding space for every person I can sit with, for every road I now can read. The soft is where the strong lives, and deep is what they need.
I am still here,
And I am still soft,
and I am still strong.
and the three of them together, the whole of what I've got. The grief did not unmake me. The grief went all the way through, and what came through is still soft, still strong, still true,
Still soft, still soft and still strong. Still soft.
part that broke. I bring the part that held. I bring the questions I stopped asking, and the ones I'm asking still. I bring the floor, I bring the standing, I bring the long way home. I bring the week the casseroles stop coming, and the night I was alone. The whole of what I am, not the best parts, not the strong parts only. The whole of what I am, the broken and the holy. I don't have holy, I don't have to sort it out. I don't have to clean it up to come. The whole of what I am is enough. I bring the patience that was built. I bring the ones who stayed. I bring the morning that was structural. Every morning that obeyed its own design and came regardless. I bring the light I noticed first. I bring the something that moved in the room. I bring the quench, the quench, the quench thirst. The whole of what I am, not the best parts, not the strong parts only. The whole of what I am, the broken and the holy. I don't have to sort it, I don't have to clean it up to come the whole of what I am. The whole of what I am is enough, enough. I used to bring only the parts I thought were worth presenting. The faith parts, the holding together parts, the ones worth representing. But the whole thing, the whole hard thing, is what was loved through. Not the sorted version, the full unedited truth. So here I am, with the grief and the grace together, with the scar and the strength together, with the doubt and the faith together. The whole of what I am was walked through and is standing. The whole of what I am is here, is here, is here. The whole of what I am, the whole of what I am.
I know where you are tonight. I know what that room sounds like. I know what it is to have the weight of everything you're carrying. Like something that has no bottom, something that has no end. I know what it is to be in that room and not know how to begin. What held you through the night before is still holding. What carried you when you couldn't walk is still carrying. You haven't been let go, though it may feel exactly like you have. What held you is still hold, and it will hold, will hold you fast.
I stood in that same question about whether anything was there. I prayed into a silence that felt like nobody was there. And I'm telling you from the other side of the silence in the night that the holding was continuous, even when it was out of sight. What held you through the night before is still holding. What carried you when you couldn't walk is still carrying. You haven't been let go, though it may feel exactly like you have. What held you is still holding, and it will hold you fast. I'm not gonna tell you when it lifts. I don't know your road, but I know the one who walks it with you doesn't let the walker go. The holding isn't conditional on your strength or your belief. The holding held me when I had nothing, and the nothing was received. So hold on or don't hold on, the holding isn't yours to do. What held you before tonight is doing it right now, right now to you. The grip is not from your side, the grip is from the other end. And what held you through the night before is holding you, holding to the end.
What held you is still holding. What held you is still holding. What held you is still holding. What held you is still holding.
There was a song that found me at the bottom of the night. I don't know who wrote it first or in what kind of light, but whoever made it from a place I. And the song raged through the darkness, and it held me till I could write. The song that held me is holding someone else right now, someone I will never meet, in a room I don't know how to picture, but they're in it, and the song has found them there. The song that held me is still in the air. And whoever wrote the song was held by something older, some song that held their mother, some song that held her shoulder, all the way back to the field, all the way back to the road. The songs have been the holding since before the first recording was known. The song that held me is holding someone else right now, someone I will never meet, in a room I don't know how to picture, but they're in it, and the song has found them there. The song that held me is still in the air. I don't know what song it will be that reaches the one I'll never know, but I know it will find them the way the songs have always known to go into the room, into the 2 a.m., into the weight that has no name, and say, I was made from something like this, and the holding is the same. So
offer it for the giving. Because the song that held me was offered by someone who didn't know that it would find me at the bottom of the night. 40 years ago, the song that held me is holding someone else.
That rolling shallow, we passed its ending. Still in the air. Still in the air. Still in the air. Still in the air.
I didn't know how much I loved until the loving had a cost. I didn't know the depth of it until I understood the loss. The grief was not the enemy of everything I thought was good. The grief was the measure of the love I always could.
Grief taught me how to love.
Not less, but deeper.
Grief taught me how to love.
Made every ordinary day a keeper. Made the Tuesday phone call sacred. Made the ordinary light a gift. Grief taught me how to love, and the love refuses to drift. I hold the people that I love with both hands differently now. I don't take the Tuesday for granted. I don't wonder when or how. I just know that the ordinary is the extraordinary dressed plain, and the grief pulled back the dressing, and I'll never not see it again.
Grief taught me how to love.
Not less, but deeper.
Grief taught me how to love.
Made every ordinary day a keeper. Made the Tuesday phone call sacred. Made the ordinary light a gift. Grief taught me how to love, and the love refuses to drift. I would not have chosen the teaching. I want to say that one more time. I would have stayed unknowing if the knowing had been mine to design. But the knowing found me anyway, the way the hard teachers do. And I am changed by it, and the change is true.
Grief taught me
How to stay,
how to love what I have while I have.
how to not look away.
Taught me
The love is bigger than the grief. The love is what the grief was made of.
grief taught me
Taught me
how
to love.
grief taught me how to love. Grief taught me how to love.
I wanna thank the floor, because the floor was real. I wanna thank the silence, because the silence taught me how to feel.
the actual weight of the actual thing, without the noise of explaining. I wanna thank the long hard night for everything it was containing. Everything that carried me, I know your name, I know your name. The grief, the grace, the ones who stayed, the morning that came anyway, the song that found me, the light I noticed, the prayer I couldn't pray. Everything that carried me is what I am today. I wanna thank the ones who stayed in the 7th month when no one else was there. I wanna thank the Tuesday phone call, the showing up with nothing but the care. I wanna thank the good day, even with the guilt that rode along, because a good day was the proof that something still belonged. Everything that carried me, I know your name, I know your name. The grief, the grace, the ones who stayed, the morning that came anyway, the song that found me, the light I noticed, the prayer I couldn't pray. Everything that carried me is what I am today. I'm not grateful for the pain, I've been clear about that all along. But I am grateful for the carrying that happened while the pain was strong. I am grateful for the holding that I couldn't always feel. I am grateful that the carrying was real, even when it wasn't real to me.
Everything that carried me, the floor, the night, the road, the ones who stayed, the morning, the light, the weight, the load, the song that held someone before me,
The song that will hold someone after.
everything that carried me
Is still carrying forward.
everything that carried me,
All three, one above the peak.
everything that carried me,
What
everything that carried me.
There are some I'm still carrying, I wanna be honest about that. There are some that didn't resolve, and I'm not waiting for that. The hole that a person leaves is the shape of what they were. And I've stopped trying to fill it, because the shape is hers. The ones I'm still carrying, I carry them differently now. Not dragging, carrying, there's a difference, let me say how.
Dragging is the weight resisted, carrying is the weight received. The ones I'm still carrying, I carry, 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 believe. I carry the sound of a voice I'll never hear again in this life. I carry a particular laugh, I carry the particular light, in a pair of eyes that are gone now. And the carrying is not the grief, the carrying is the love that has nowhere, nowhere left to leave. The ones I'm still carrying, I carry them differently now. Not dragging, carrying, there's a difference, let me say how. Dragging is the weight resisted, carrying is the weight received. The ones I'm still carrying, I carry, 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 believe. I'm not gonna tell you that the carrying gets lighter, but I'll tell you what it gets familiar. It gets woven in, it gets part of the way you walk and breathe. And the ones you're still carrying go, go everywhere with you. So I carry them, not as burden, as belonging. They are part of what I am now, part of the whole I'm offering. The ones I'm still carrying are the ones I was lucky enough to love. And the carrying is the proof of everything, everything the love was of. The ones I'm still carrying, piano warm and slow, bury there, cello long warm tone, the carrying continuing. Piano warm and slow, bury there, cello long tone, the carrying continuing. Blow as at a wall. I was better at the giving, I wanna be honest about that. I could sit with anyone and anything, but I couldn't let them back into the room where I was struggling, into the weight that I was in. I had the door locked from the inside, and I called it discipline. I learned to let people love me the hard way, the only way it came. I learned to let people love me when I didn't have the strength to maintain the version of myself that didn't need it. When that version finally broke, I learned to let people love me, and the letting was no joke. She showed up and I tried to say I'm fine, and she looked at me and waited. And I don't know why that time was different, but the fine I'd always stated just didn't come. It sat in my mouth and dissolved. And she sat down on the floor beside me, and something resolved. I learned to let people love me the hard way, the only way it came. I learned to let people love me when I didn't have the strength to maintain the version of myself that didn't need it. When that version finally broke, I learned to let people love me, and the letting was no joke. The strong people need it too, the ones who sit with everyone else, the ones who carry, the ones who stay. They need someone to sit with themselves, and the grief stripped the version that I used to hide behind, and what was underneath it was a person who could be found. So I practice it still, the letting. It doesn't come natural, not yet, but I know now what the getting of someone's love actually cost them, and I won't refuse that cost anymore. I learned to let people love me, and I'm learning more. I learned to let people love me.
I didn't expect it to feel like this on the other side. I expected more noise, more aftermath, more evidence of the ride. But what is here instead of that is something I don't have a word for yet. A quiet that has something in it. A quiet I haven't known to get. The quiet that comes after is not the quiet of before. The quiet that comes after has been somewhere, has a floor. It isn't empty, isn't numb, it's the deepest kind of still. The quiet that comes after is the peace against my will. The wind came and the fire came, and the earthquake had its say. And on the other side of all of it was a voice, a still small way of being in a room that I had left before. before I knew it held me. And the quiet on the other side is the quiet, quiet that has found me. The quiet that comes after is not the quiet of before. The quiet that comes after has been somewhere, has a floor. It isn't empty, isn't numb, it's the deepest kind of still. The quiet that comes after is the peace against my will. I don't know how long it will stay. I'm not asking that of it. I'm just receiving what it is, while it is what it is. The quiet that comes after the storm is still after the storm, and that is more than enough for everything, everything it costs to get here. So I sit in it, this quiet that came without my asking, that arrived after the whole long working. And I hold it the way you hold something you didn't know you needed. The quiet that comes after is the thing. The quiet that comes after.
I've seen it before. I want you to know that I've sat in the room you're in, and I've seen the ones who came back. I've seen the ones who couldn't imagine that the night would ever break. And I've watched them walk into the morning, different but night and day. You are going to be alright. Not today, I'm not saying today. You are going to be alright, in the way that takes as long as it takes. Not the way you were, but alright in a new and real way. You are going to be alright. I have seen it, I can say. I'm not saying it because it's kind, I'm saying it because it's true. I've been keeping this tradition long enough to know what I know about you. You're the kind that holds on even when you think you're letting go. And the holding, even unconscious, is enough for the road. You are going to be alright. Not today, I'm not saying today. You are going to be alright in the way that takes as long as it takes. Not the way you were, but alright in a new and real way. You are going to be alright. I have seen it, I can say. I'm gonna say it one more time, not louder, just closer.
You are going to be alright.
The road has another side and you're a crosser. I've seen it in your face, the way the ones who make it have a look, even in the worst of it, like they know something from a book they haven't read yet, but they will.
You are going to be alright.
Not today, I'm not saying today. You are going to be alright in the way that takes as long as it takes. Not the way you were, but alright in a way that is real.
You are going to be alright.
You are gonna be alright.
You are going to be alright.
You came in carrying something. You've been here a while. I don't know what you're leaving with, but I hope it's lighter, mile by mile. I hope you found one thing that reached the place you brought. I hope the old sound did what the old sound always sought.
Go well,
Into whatever waits for you.
go well.
Carrying what you came here to. And what you found along the way, and what was placed quietly in you. Go well. The ones who sang these songs before couldn't know your name, but they sang it anyway into every ear that came. You are the reason, you were always the reason for the song. The 2 a.m. room, the long wait, you were why all along.
Go well,
Into whatever waits for you.
go well.
Carrying what you came here to. And what you found along the way, and what was placed quietly
you need to come back, the old sound will be here in the early morning dark, at 2 a.m., at 3 a.m., at whatever hour. The door is the same door.
Go well
and come back,
and go well
and come
go well
whenever. Go well
barely a whisper
into whatever is waiting. You were held here, you are held there. The holding doesn't end at the door. Go